Hello, my dear students. This is Abhishek Mishra, Faculty of Social Studies at Mount Literacy School, Jhansi. In this video, I am going to teach you class 10th Political Science chapter number 2, that is Federalism. In my last video, I had told you about the language policy and the making of linguistic states in our country. In my last video, I had started a topic of decentralization, but that topic was left incomplete. So here we are going to complete this topic of decentralization. The need for decentralization was recognized in our constitution. Since then, there have been several attempts to decentralize power to the level of villages and towns. I had told you the meaning of decentralization. Decentralization means dividing the power of government into lower level. Panchayats in villages and municipalities in urban areas were set up in all the states, but these were directly under the control of state governments. Election to these local governments were not held regularly. Local governments did not have any powers or resources of their own. Means initially the foundation of local government was started, but powers were not given to them. They were subjugated directly under by the state government. Though elections were held, but they were not held regularly for local government. They even did not have their resources of their own. Means whatever is given to them directly, state government was controlling the local government. So thus there was very little decentralization in effective terms. A major step toward decentralization was taken in 1992. Sometimes this question is also asked in your board exam. What were the steps that were taken to decentralize the Indian government in 1992? The constitution was amended to make the third tier of democracy more powerful and effective. Now, what was the first procedure? Now it was constitutionally mandatory to hold regular election to local government bodies. Seats are reserved in the elected bodies and the executive heads of these institutions for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes. Means reservations were given to them to protect such kind of communities. Now, the third point, at least 1/3 of all positions are reserved for women. Fourth, an independent institution called the State Election Commission has been created in each state to conduct panchayat and municipal elections. Fifth, the state governments are required to share some powers and revenue with local government bodies. The nature of sharing varies from state to state. Now, so these were the 5 procedures that were taken under consideration in 1992. Rural local government is popularly known by the name Panchayati Raj system. This Panchayati Raj system we had already studied in our lower classes. Each village or a group of villages in some state has a Gram Panchayat. In this Gram Panchayat is a council consisting of several ward members, often called Panch, and a president or Sarpanch. All these people are consisted by the rural population of that village. So directly these people are elected by the adult population living in that ward or village. It is the decision making body for the entire village. The panchayat works under the overall supervision of the Gram Sabha. Means lowest level is Gram Panchayat, then comes Gram Sabha. This Gram Sabha supervises the working of Gram Panchayat. All the voters in the village are its members. It has to meet at least twice or thrice in a year to approve the annual budget of the Gram Panchayat and to review the performance of the Gram Panchayat. Now, the local government structure goes right up to the district level. A few Gram Panchayats are grouped together to form what is usually called a Panchayat Samiti or called as Block Samiti or Block Mandal. The members of the representative body are elected by all the Panchayat members in that area. All the Panchayat Samitis or Mandals in a district together are called the Zilla Parishad. Most members of the Zilla Parishad are elected, and they are elected by directly adult franchisee. Members of the Lok Sabha and MLAs of that district and some other officials of other district level bodies are also its members. Zilla Parishad chairperson is the political head of Zilla Parishad. Similarly, local government bodies exist for urban areas as well as municipalities. So municipalities are set up in big towns, while municipal corporation are for big cities. Municipal corporation is called as Nagar Nigam, while these municipalities are called as Nagar Palika. So these municipalities and municipal corporations are directly controlled by the elected bodies consisting of people's representatives. Municipal chairperson is the political head of municipality, while for municipal corporation such an officer is called as the mayor. So here directly we are ending this video with the completion of the second chapter of political science, that is federalism. Thank you.